So, as you've seen in the title of the thumbnail, in the title of this video, my bike was stolen. I didn't tell anybody because I was very hurt about it. You know, it was a very emotional event on some real level things, you know. But it's back. I have it back, but this thing has been through absolute hell. When I say absolute hell, this thing has had, they committed robberies on this thing. There is news in my city of them robbing houses, sticking up people, and escaping on a moped. I might just leave like a little clip of that description, but when they took this bike, they took it for a reason. They took it because they wanted to go on a crime spree, and they might as well have had a fast transportation vehicle that you could get on and get away with. Somebody I know, somebody who this community knows, took this bike and they just wreaked havoc on it. You know, they just literally went through society, causing as much trouble as they can with this moped. And as you can see, we got some problems. So let's go over all this, huh? So when I got this thing, the cops told me that it was parked in the alleyway, and they wanted to confirm that it was my bike, that it was actually my bike that was in this alleyway. I already knew it was because I already had a bolo, which is a be on lookout for this bike. So they're already looking out for this bike. They called me at about 11 a.m. this morning and they said, hey, we believe we found your bike. Can you come over to the street? Can you identify it? And sure as shit, when I showed up, it was my bike. I already knew it was. But look, all right, here's what's going on. So I don't know what they did. Man, they just drove it like they stole it, you know? Like it's like a cliche saying, but they really did. So this front end up here is pretty much all goofed up. As my last video, when I tried to fix my bike because I dumped it, I situated this back over and I had it, you know, aimed up properly and everything was good. Both of these switch panels are now scooted so far forward that I can't even access them normally. Both of these switch panels are now twisted forward like this. Both of these mirrors are now just like loosey-goosey. They just float around like nothing. The whole front fender right here, the front fairing, I'm sorry, is all goofed up. But everything works. I mean, the headlight works. The tail light works. It starts up. I'll show you guys that in a second. But there are definitely some problems. Besides the obvious damage to everything up here, there is also this air scoop. Remember this? Yeah, this thing is shattered. This thing is completely shattered. Broken apart in pieces. That's a cheap fix, but come on, man. This thing is filthy. I mean, absolutely filthy. I mean, they just sent this thing through whatever. And I really didn't even dig into all the mechanics of things, but it starts up and it runs fine, so it seems okay. They definitely did some burnouts on this shit. I mean, look at this. There's a rock. You guys are with me right now as I'm doing this. There's a rock stuck in this brand new tire right now. But everything seems okay, you know. Everything back here is just like muddy. Like they sent this thing through dirt, mud, grime. There's a bolt missing now. Everything up in here is caked with just mud and dirt and grime. You know, this is just disconnected. The rear brakes back here squeak. They squeak so bad. Basically, the rear brake in this thing now just squeaks like crazy. I don't know what they did. I have no idea, but just listen. Okay, it's fine going backwards, right? Now pay attention. Yeah. So, something in the rear brake is severely messed up. I don't know if they used it too much. And there's metal on metal now. I feel like they wore away. They like wore away at the brake pads in the back. They used it so much that there's nothing left. So that's an issue. So appearance wise, this thing is clearly messed up, you know. I already showed you guys all this down here. I mean, there's just like these marks right here. What are these marks from? I really don't know. I haven't even opened up the seat bucket yet. Everything that you see is what I see. Things are messed up aesthetically. They dropped this bike. They jumped jumps with this thing. They did something. They committed crimes on this bike. They robbed people. They took off from people on this bike. This is absolutely insane. But it does start and it does run. So let's see what it sounds like. Here we go. Oh yeah, by the way, they never hot wired this bike. They never stuck a screwdriver in the ignition because my friend, I love him to death. I let him ride this bike the day before. And what he did, in his infinite wisdom, is he left the key in the ignition, because it comes with two keys, right? This is the main key and there's a secondary key. He left the key in the ignition a couple hours before this happened. So when the thief walked up to it, he was fully expecting to hotwire this bike or something, but how happy was he to find the other key to this in the ignition? So I have to replace the ignition immediately. But anyways, here we go. There's still a quarter tank of gas, by the way. They were nice enough to do that. First kick. First kick. It still runs good. I did a good job on this bike. Dang. Yup. So it runs. It sounds pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's smoke coming out the back, but I'm pretty sure it's because it's cold outside. You know, it's about 42 degrees right now, but it runs, it starts, it drives, everything is fine. Oh, it sounds bad though. There is something wrong in the engine. Yeah, there's something wrong. It's gonna die. You hear it? There it goes. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Dude. Man. But all the turn signals work. Left works. Right works. Horn works. Kill switch works. Everything works. But this bike is messed up. So this is gonna be a complete rebuild. Traffic. So basically I'm gonna have to rebuild this whole bike. It's sad, but I'm happy that I have it back, so dang. This is it. This is what happens in life. This is an event. Man, though, I never thought this would happen to me. I never thought this would happen to me, but it did. So I'm gonna have to replace everything. The ignition is the first thing. This front end is the second thing. The engine, the transmission, this whole bike has to be gone through and rebuilt. But I got it back. My bike has character now. But yeah, guys. Oh yeah, this headlight works still. Don't worry. But yeah, sad event. I'm glad I have it back. I am so blessed. I am so grateful that everything worked out the way it did. But this is it. So a complete rebuild has to happen. This bike is about to be better than it was before. But there's a lot of work that has to go through this. Thank God I have friends at the scooter shop. He's gonna be willing to help me out in some way. I know he is. You guys have been so, not even helpful, just supportive of what's been going on, because this bike is my life. This is my main thing in my life. I love this thing so much. And all this happened. I can't believe all this happened, but it did. But I love all you guys so much. You know, there's been multiple people from YouTube, from Facebook, that's been trying to find this bike, that's been sharing everything. So I got it back. It is going in my house. It is not staying out here. But that's it. That's it. I got it back. I'm not gonna focus on the negative anymore. I'm focusing straight on the positive. Here we go. We're rebuilding this bike again. We're gonna get this thing really dialed in, man. So, till next time, guys. And there is gonna be a next time, as always.